Yeah, buddy. Hey, wait. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about resistance training, okay? In order to work a muscle, okay, there are several steps that need to be done. But before we do that, let's talk about something even a little bit more basic, which will apply to resistance training. There are three major planes in the body: the transverse or horizontal, okay, and we'll use the example of the chest. The chest attaches at the sternum, okay, the sternum, the clavicle, and right at the upper arm, and it's a fan-shaped muscle. And it was put on your body to move your arm from here towards the center. It's horizontal adduction. Now, that is in the horizontal plane, and it only works in the horizontal plane. It does not work in what's the sagittal plane. The sagittal plane is this, your body cutting in half this way. Okay, so when you see someone taking cables from the bottom, which I'm sure everybody has, and coming up like this to work their chest, they're not. They're in the sagittal plane, and they're actually working the front deltoid, because that's what works in that plane. Okay, the third plane is the frontal plane. That is like this. That's when you work latissimus dorsi. Most people, when they do a pull down, are pulling back. Now, what are they going into a horizontal plane? The lats do not work in the horizontal plane. So understanding those planes are very, very important. Okay. That aside, and now let's talk about the steps to an exercise. Let's get back to the chest again, and I'll repeat myself. We first have to know what is the muscle. It's the pectoral. It inserts what? Like I said, at the sternum, the clavicle, and the upper arm. It's a fan-shaped muscle, and it's put on your body so you can adduct, which is add your arm towards the center. And it can be done pivoting from the shoulder joint or the shoulder and the elbow joint, okay? You know where the muscle is, where it inserts, where it attaches, and now you understand that muscle's motion. The next thing you have to do is add resistance to that muscle's motion, okay? Whether it could be a cable, it can be a free weight, or it can be a resistance band. It doesn't matter. Your chest does not have eyes seeing what you're using, okay? Now, what I mean by that is, everybody thinks that free weights build muscle, but it doesn't matter. Resistance and tension on that muscle builds muscle. It doesn't matter what you use. So now that you know what the muscle does, its motion, what plane it works in, now you can add resistance. But adding resistance is important because most people don't realize you have to directly oppose resistance. Like, can I do a chest press standing up like this? Well, I can, but am I opposing resistance? No. Because it's gravity and it's going to pull my arms down. So if you have to directly oppose resistance. So laying flat on a bench with two dumbbells, gravity is pushing down against that chest, and now you can horizontally adduct. Use it. The graphic example that I always use with everybody, because it happens in every gym that I've been in across the country, is everybody goes, they work their triceps and they do a dumbbell kickback. Okay, now we know, let's talk about the tricep. We know where it is. It's back in the back of your arm, as you know. It inserts right at the upper arm and right at the elbow, okay? It's vertical in nature, okay? And it makes your elbow extend. That's what it was put on your body for. When you take a dumbbell and you lean over and you're gonna work that tricep, where is resistance coming from? Gravity. It's pulling your arm down. Do you have any resistance on the tricep here at all? No, you don't. You have resistance only right here at the top. Less, none. So in order, you have to oppose resistance through that in the entire arc of the motion. So if you want to do that movement, have a cable. You have resistance, or you have resistance out the entire motion, or lay down on a bench and you're opposing resistance. So directly opposing resistance is probably the most important concept to know, in addition to those other steps. The other thing is, where you start is where you stay. And what I mean by that is, let's take a look at the side. Let's take a dumbbell curl, okay? The bicep, we know where it inserts right here at the elbow and right at the upper arm, right at the humerus here, okay? It was put on your body so you can flex the elbow. Where you start is where you stay. Now, my elbow moves forward. I'm not starting where I'm staying. And what moved that elbow forward, it was my shoulder, not my bicep. So where you start is where you stay. So let's review again where the muscle is, where it inserts, where it attaches, what's its fiber direction, what's its muscle motion, and then add resistance to that muscle's motion, and then you have to directly oppose resistance. And again, The last thing's where you start is where you stay. We are gonna tear this apart with every single body part. Chest, we'll do a module on. Back, shoulders, arms, abs and calves. They're to follow.